I mean, I have just watched a video where you see pro-Palestinian protesters talking very confidently and aggressively with Israeli soldiers, and I think this is completely nonsense. Why are they doing that? Israel has to protect itself. The Jewish people have been persecuted for hundreds of years, culminating in a catastrophic way in the 20th century. So they have the right to have their own state now. Nobody should challenge Israel's right to exist. It's very important that the Jews have a home where they are safe and that they have the right to defend themselves with necessary force and determination. So the Palestinians, okay, they have a difficult living situation, this is clear. They are, especially the ordinary people in Palestine, but also in the whole Arabic world, have a difficult life. They are disadvantaged compared to us here in Europe or the US or in North America or Europe, and it's what is necessary is that the people in the Arab world, in the Muslim world, stand up against their corrupt and intransparent and often even or authoritarian regimes, dictatorships, kingdoms or whatever. It's the situation is so unsatisfactory for ordinary people there that a lot of them resort to religion, to Islamism, instead of resorting to leftism and transhumanism, which would make sense much more. So, and also in Palestine, it is necessary that these stupid politicians that are Palestinian politicians that are on the top of their societies, of the population, be it in the West Bank or the district of Judea and Samaria, or be it in the Gaza Strip, probably even worse there. So these politicians there, the Muslim politicians in Palestine, are responsible for the horrible situation in Gaza Strip. It's more difficult than in the West Bank, but I think it's difficult in both areas. So they are responsible that the population is has such a difficult life. So why don't these politicians, instead of confronting and blaming always Israel, why don't they look that the population finally can develop, prosper? I don't like this word; it's too capitalistic. That the people there can advance socially and technologically and economically, and that they have hope for the future, that they stop blaming Israel, because Israel would be a great chance for the population in Palestine. The Israelis are modern people, that the Jewish Israelis, they have a lot of Verständnis, a lot of sympathy for progressive movements, for advanced technology, for an open, modern, progressive society, and they would give the Arab also chance to express or to develop more economically and technologically and socially, of course. So if the Arabs would commit themselves to peaceful behavior and peaceful goals and peaceful coexistence with the Jewish Israelis. We really need. I think Europe has a big responsibility to support both the Jewish Israelis and the Arab Muslim Israelis and the non-Israeli Palestinians living in the West Bank and the Gaza Strip, because Europe is responsible for what happened I think 60 or 60 years ago, or 50 or 70. No, it's about 75 years ago, yeah. What happened then is absolutely biggest possible catastrophe, and Europe, Germany, and actually the whole Europe in some way is responsible for this, and now the Israeli finally have found security in their own state, and the Palestinians are somehow indirect victims of us Europeans. So we Europeans have to support both Israel, Jewish Israelis, and non-Jewish people living in Israel. I think Israel should be supported in every way, also the Jewish Israelis, economically, technologically, militarily, and the Palestinians should be supported, of course not militarily, but in terms of technology, education. Education is key for a future of a people, that the education is good, and economically, educationally, and maybe technologically, as long as it can only be used for peaceful purposes in case of the Palestinians, yeah. So Europe has to give more money to both sides of the conflict, because it is responsible. Yeah, I wanted to say something else, but I have forgotten. Maybe that Europe is already doing a little bit, yeah, but it should do definitely more. Yeah. And then education has to improve, especially in the Palestinian areas, so that the young people there have a perspective, a future, skills that they can offer on the international labor market. Yeah, and the internet connection also needs to be state of the art in Palestine too. This would be very important, so that people there can connect with each other, with the Israelis and with the world. Languages should be taught from birth, as many languages as possible. Programming, robotics, everything should be done from birth, as I advocated for the whole world, not just for Israel or Palestine. So that people can grow up more happily, that they can move a lot around when they grow up, play with animals, interact with animals. Yeah, also learn social skills, which is the most important aspect of education. More important than technology. Exposure to and learning with technology. Yeah, I wanted to say something else, but I have forgotten it. But it's really time that this unfähige, unable, this deplorable, and at the same time all too powerful politicians in Palestine are replaced by, in an ideal case, by the population itself, by the people, by any democracy in an ideal case, so that the people, as it should be everywhere in the world, can decide everything themselves and don't have to rely on politicians who are only filling their own pockets with money and not doing anything for their population, and who how do you say in German, who instrumentalize their population's anger and despair for hostility against Israel and against the West. But this also, of course, means that we here in the West and our politicians in the West that are unfortunately still in place, we also don't have introduced e-democracy yet, that we in the West stop cooperating with these horrible politicians in the Muslim and Arab world, because like that, by doing that, by cooperating with these politicians, we have lost our all credibility, all good positive attitude towards the West. Because we in the West here would never accept if our politicians would be as unable to to care for our needs and advance society. We would not accept it if it was like that. But the Arab and Muslim world has to accept it. No, this is not fair. This is not fair at all. And Israel should be considered as a chance for Palestine and the whole Arab world, Muslim world, to develop, to arrive in the 21st century in terms of society, technology, and economy. Yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Now it's soon 15 minutes. I am still waiting for the activation of my live stream, for the activation of my account for live stream videos. As soon as I have the activation, I will probably be able to make longer videos than just 15 minutes. Yeah, thanks a lot for watching, and I will also have to answer this this guy who wrote me twice below, who left two comments on below one of my videos. Yeah, I will have to try to explain to this guy why I made these statements like that. Yeah, but this is another topic. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye, and peace. Have peace.